In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 really useful ways to get into bullet time anywhere. And most of these you've probably never heard of before, because I'm not just saying jump off a ledge or ascend through a cooking pot. And hopefully this video can turn you into a combat pro, and at the end of the video I have a secret method that almost no one is talking about. Our first method, which is by far the simplest, is by having any spear fused to a hoverstone. All you gotta do is throw it. You can pick it back up. You can ascend through it in the middle of the fight. Jump off for bullet time. And when you want to get it back down, it uses no durability. Now everyone knows that you can fuse a spring to a shield in order to get bullet time anywhere. But not a lot of people know that there's a way to reuse the spring. This is called springboarding. Oh, and it does that. Now, this glitch isn't that difficult to set up on certain versions, but other versions it's more difficult because it requires fuse entanglement. Now, on version 1.0 through version 1.1.2, fuse entanglement is really easy to set up. All you gotta do is once you got fuse entanglement set up, do not touch the spring and go a little ways away from it. You want to be outside of the normal Zonai device activation range. You see, now I'm at such a range where my battery normally couldn't activate anything, and I can do the spring jump, and the spring doesn't activate, so it stays on my shield. And obviously this gives you bullet time really easily. Springboarding would be way higher on the list if it wasn't so difficult to set up in newer versions. I will link a tutorial on how to set up fuse entanglement on newer versions though. Next method is by creating updrafts. There are big updrafts and small updrafts, and both have their pros and cons. The easiest way to create a big updraft is with a fire elemental shield. Simply hold out your shield, press A and up. Drop yourself a sun shroom or a spicy pepper, and it'll create the updraft. This can also be done with a piece of wood and a pine cone or an oil jar. If you don't have anything with fire, you can still create a big updraft using your sword and a flint. It's also really sick if you use a spin attack. And if you're okay with taking a little bit of damage, you can also create one with a shield spin and a fire fruit. Now for small updrafts, the only way I know of to create them is using 5 pieces of wood. You can stack drop them just by repressing up on the D-pad and using your fire shield. The nice thing about small updrafts is that they stay there forever. Unless you hit the item cap and your wood despawns. Sword method also works here. And you can do it with your shield too. Now, this next method is actually one of the hardest ones, but it is also the most practical, and it's pretty well known. It's called the shield block reset. Let's see if we can get it against some enemies. Now, you might be wondering how I did that if you've never seen this before. Basically, all you gotta do is forward shield jump into an enemy's attack so that you block it while you're in the air, and from there you can jump in any direction while you're in the shield collision animation. And what you'll see a lot of people do is immediately backflip, that way they can get a good shot on the opponent that just hit them. Now, this is a glitch that already existed in Breath of the Wild, but with Tears of the Kingdom, there's way more sauce to it. This one's really difficult, but I'm gonna see how many tries it takes me to get. Alright, that was the trick. Now I'm going to explain the inputs. You want to tap Y, immediately press D-pad up, and then while you're in this menu, you want to press X, and then immediately after you press X, you're going to forward shield jump. And unfortunately, it doesn't really work if you spam it. You have to get the timing right. It is something you can get used to, but I'm really bad at it. Now, this is a glitch that I find really useful and I use all the time, and I'm going to refer to it as jump slash canceling, but it's a combination of a couple different things. On older versions of the game, you can do it anywhere, anytime, just by doing the following inputs. You're going to jump and hold down Y and L at the same time. Now while you're in this menu, you want to let go of all inputs and mash left on the D-pad. Swap, equip, or unequip a shield. You just gotta change something in this menu and hold down ZR. Now you're in bullet time. You can repeat this infinitely. This is known as the infinite height glitch. Now some of you may be sad that this doesn't work on the current version, and I got you. We're going to perform something known as shock arrow smuggling, which will allow us to do the same thing, but even easier. Pull out a shock fruit, aim it as low down at the ground as you can, pause the game, let go of R, hold down L, unpause, select recall, and you're going to press ZR and plus pretty much at the same time. Technically ZR is first. If you see Link move just a little bit, that means you got the timing right. Just drop your bow and unpause. Now Link will be holding an arrow, but the bow will still be on his back. You can put this away, take it back out. It's with you until you change bows. Now you can't just cancel any jump slash with this, you need to be holding out the arrow beforehand. Make sure the arrow is all the way out, walk in a direction, jump slash, ZR. Y ZR, Y ZR, Y ZR, you can get infinite height like this. And it still has the properties of the bow that you got stuck to your back. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Stay tuned and subscribe because I got big stuff planned.